Welcome to Clarify Review Hub. If you're planning to get back into nature in 2025, choosing the right tent will be key to your camping experience. Today, we're diving into the best camping tents of 2025, from spacious family tents to lightweight, easy-to-set-up models. So which tent can withstand harsh weather, is the easiest to set up, and offers the most comfort? You'll find the answers to these questions and more as we continue the video. And don't forget about our giveaway. Once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away a product worth $200 to $500. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe. Ready to explore the best camping tents of 2025? Let's get started. First up, we're diving into the North Face Wawona 6 tent. Let's start with the setup. The Wawona 6 comes with a spacious vestibule that adds extra room, but it does make setting up a bit trickier. Pitching this tent takes longer compared to your average dome-style tent. If you're not super experienced with camping, you might find it a bit challenging at first, which I think counts as a downside. Moving inside, the headroom is pretty impressive. I'm 5 feet 10 inches and I was able to stand up comfortably. However, the total interior space is about 960 square feet. While it's advertised as a 6-person tent, it realistically fits 5 people more comfortably, so if you're camping with a large group, it might feel a bit cramped. Now about the doors, the Wawona 6 has a large, fully opening door at the front, which makes it easy to get in and out and offers great ventilation. But there's a smaller door in the back that's not as noticeable and a bit less convenient. Still, it can be useful for those late-night bathroom runs. One of this tent's strongest points is storage. With the roomy vestibule, you can keep your gear dry and create more space inside. Plus, the interior pockets help you keep your smaller items organized. As for weather resistance, it holds up pretty well. It doesn't leak during rain, and it stays stable in windy conditions. However, I did notice a slight flexing on the side panels. If you're camping somewhere particularly windy, you might want to keep that in mind. All in all, the North Face Wawona 6 stands out with its sturdy build, spacious vestibule, and impressive headroom. But its capacity is a bit exaggerated and the setup could be challenging for beginners. Now let's talk about the Gazelle T4 Hub Tent. If you're looking for quick setup, spacious interior, and durability, this tent might just be the right pick for you. Of course, like any tent, it's got its pros and cons. Starting with the setup, the Gazelle T4 claims a 90-second setup, and it really delivers. Thanks to the hub mechanism on all 4 walls, the tent pops up easily, and the full setup takes around 5 minutes. If you skip the rainfly, it's even quicker. However, during your first setup, you might find the last wall a bit harder to snap into place, which could take some muscle. As for the interior and dimensions, the Gazelle T4 offers a roomy space. It has a 61 square foot base and a 77.5-inch ceiling height. With vertical walls, you can stand up in every corner of the tent. While it's labeled as a 4-person tent, it's best suited for 2 or 3 people. You can fit 1 queen-size air mattress, but anything beyond that gets a bit tight. On the storage front, there are 6 large pockets and a gear loft inside the tent. It also features 2 D-shaped doors and 8 windows. The catch is that the windows can only be opened from the inside, so ventilation is limited during rainy days. It's great for summer camping, but it might not perform as well in cold or winter conditions. For waterproofing and durability, the Gazelle T4 is made from 210 denier polyester with a 2,000 millimeter water resistance rating. It performed well in light to moderate rain, but prolonged heavy rain could cause leaks at some pockets and seams. A longer rainfly could have helped keep the interior drier during strong winds. As for portability and weight, it comes in at about 34 pounds with packed dimensions of 68 by 13 by 10 inches. So it's heavier than other cabin tents, but the sturdy carry bag and compressible base make packing it up relatively easy. Next up, we're reviewing the Canyon LX8. If you're searching for a comfortable camping tent for large families or big groups of friends, this model will definitely catch your attention. First off, the interior space of the Canyon LX8 is impressive. It offers 130 square feet of living area with dimensions of 13 by 10 feet, making it quite roomy. With an 8-person capacity, it provides a comfortable sleeping area for big groups. The vertical wall design also makes it much easier to stand up and move around inside. The tent has 2 large doors, front and back, making it easy to get in and out. There are plenty of storage pockets inside, along with 2 large gear lofts. Plus, the e-power port feature allows you to run cables into the tent and charge your electronic devices easily. With 6 large mesh windows, the tent has excellent ventilation. Now, for the downsides. While setup is fairly straightforward, the tent's size and weight can make it difficult to carry. The carry bag is compact, but the tent's large size and steel poles can pose some challenges during transport. Next up, we're reviewing the REI Base Camp 6 tent. This 6-person tent is built to handle tough weather, making it a solid choice for campers who enjoy rough conditions. Let's start with the setup. The Base Camp 6 is pretty user-friendly. With color-coded poles and attachment points, you can set it up easily. On average, you can pitch the whole tent solo in about 17 minutes. That's a big plus for less experienced campers. The sturdy aluminum poles offer extra security in windy conditions, keeping the tent stable. Plus, the full coverage rainfly passed heavy rain tests, keeping everything inside nice and dry. The interior is quite spacious. It has an 82.5 square foot floor area, making it suitable for up to 6 people, but it's much more comfortable with 3 or 4. You can stand up easily, as the peak height is about 6 feet 1 inch. 2 black side poles extend outward, maximizing the interior space for more room to move around. Storage is another strong point. There are 14 pockets and 20 gear loops inside, making it easy to organize and access your stuff. The tent also has 2 vestibules at the front and back. The front vestibule is large enough to fit 2 camp chairs comfortably, while the back one is smaller and better for gear storage. Ventilation is well designed. It features 4 vents, 2 on the roof and 2 near the floor. This setup improves airflow and helps manage humidity. However, it can get a bit warm during the summer when the rainfly is on. Leaving the doors open can provide extra ventilation. Now let's talk about the downsides. The carry bag design is a bit tricky, with a side opening that makes packing the tent more challenging. Also, the stakes and guy lines provided by REI aren't the best, so you might need to bring extras for a sturdier setup. Another drawback is that the full coverage rainfly can make the interior a bit stuffy in hot weather. Finally, let's take a closer look at the NEMO Equipment Aurora Highrise tent. The Aurora Highrise 6 features a 100 by 120 inch floor area and a 77-inch peak height. This size lets you stand up comfortably and move around with plenty of space. The nearly vertical walls provide extra head and shoulder room, making the interior feel more usable. With 2 large doors and big windows, the tent has great airflow, keeping it cool and breezy during summer trips. As for materials, the rainfly is made from 68 denier polyester with a PU coating and a 1,200 mm waterproof rating. The floor is 120 denier fabric, offering a 5,000 mm waterproof rating. All seams are taped, ensuring the interior stays dry even in heavy rain. The length of the rain flaps and the tent's design allow water to run off quickly, preventing any leaks inside. Now for some downsides. While it's designed to fit 6 people, it can feel cramped at full capacity, especially if you're bringing gear inside. Space becomes limited, making it harder to move around. Additionally, the tent's weight and portability can be a drawback, weighing in at 24 pounds, about 11 kilograms, and with a relatively large carry bag, it can be challenging to carry over long hikes or by yourself. Overall, the NEMO Aurora Highrise is a solid choice for family campers, offering plenty of space and durability. We've reached the end of today's review. I hope I was able to provide you with helpful insights into the best camping tents of 2025. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on new content.